Well, moving on to the other big story that we're tracking this evening, it's a shocker from Nirbhaya's rapist. One of the main accused in the Nirbhaya gang rape case, Mukesh Singh, has blamed the victim for the fatal sexual assault. In a shocking interview given to the BBC, Mukesh said that while being raped, Nirbhaya should have fought back. She should have just remained silent and allowed the rape to take place. One of the attackers was found dead in jail. Remember, in March 2013, a juvenile member of the gang was sentenced to 3 years in a reform home. 4 attackers, including Mukesh Singh, were convicted and sentenced to death last year. Mukesh Singh, who was 26 at the time of the attack, was driving the bus. He also claimed that his execution will make life more dangerous for future rapists. In shocking remarks, Mukesh Singh suggested that the rape and the beatings were to teach Nirbhaya and her friend a lesson that they should not have been out late in the night in the first place. All right, joining me is Atir Khan from New Delhi, Shrisha Reddy from Chennai, and also Vidya joining us live from Mumbai. Reporters have in fact fanned out across the country to try and get a voice from the ground as to what exactly do people think of this particular interview that has in fact come to light. I'd like to go across to Atir Khan first. Atir, what's the kind of reaction that's coming in from the streets of Delhi, considering it was on these streets that we'd seen that massive outrage, this particular rape case seen as a tipping point?
Well, absolutely outrage there is, but at the moment we have some JNU students with us who are pursuing advanced studies in sociology and political science. Let's ask them. Sheila, what goes through your mind when you hear a statement like this from a person? Do you pity that person? Are you agitated? What are your feelings?
There's definitely a lot of outrage. I mean, these statements, they're definitely pathetic when they come from a convicted rapist. It also shows that they haven't really reflected probably on it. But then these statements keep coming from our politicians as well. You have politicians who keep saying dented and painted, महिलाओं को 10 बच्चे पैदा करने चाहिए, Hindu women should produce 4 kids. You know, there's a general misogyny, so it's not limited to rapists alone. Our politicians are members of parliament, you know, they hold these views. So I don't know what to say. This goes on, this is very common.
Okay. Aprajit, I would like to know from you that this person has been convicted and he's been imprisoned. When a statement comes from a person who is in Tihar jail, aren't you startled?
Definitely there's a sense of anger and there's a sense of amazement also, that, and there is a sense of questioning also, that despite convictions, despite discussions and debates over capital punishment or not, there seems to be no change in the general take on women and women's sanctified and sanitized behavior. What is a woman supposed to do? Who is a woman ultimately? And people's attitude towards them. Ultimately, when the state talks, they talk in the language of citizenship. But then women do not have that complete citizenship. We are still a gendered body upon which the state operates, the society operates, and we are all in a way stuck in a hierarchy. And that reflects in our everyday lives, where we have to negotiate and renegotiate constantly in a lower footing.
So when you go out, when you hear such statements, when you go out, is there insecurity in your mind? Is there fear when you go out in the street?
It's not fear actually, I would say. I mean, it's more about, do I get the space to do the kind of things that I want to do? When we give slogans from this campus of आज़ादी, हम क्या चाहते, आज़ादी चाहते, क्या लेकिन वो आज़ादी कभी पूरी हो सकती है, मिलेगी भी हमें, और वो डर भी नहीं है, वो अब एक eternal puzzle के तहत हमारे सामने है.
Sheila, I would like to know from you, Sheila, is it a reflection of mindset? Do you think it's the mindset and not just this person or the Uber cab accused?
Definitely. I mean, these are the kind of statements our parents tell us every day before going out. Don't put your, don't loosen your hair because this is what attracts boys. So the entire focus is on what attracts boys and what doesn't attract boys. You had Mulayam Singh saying कि लड़कों से तो गलती हो जाती है. You know, this sort of statement. It's the general mindset of the state.
Right. So there you are, Rishika. This is the reaction which is coming from state from students from JNU. There's been an outrage really on social media
Absolutely.
and also on the streets.
Well, absolutely. Outrage on social media and definitely on the streets of Delhi. I'd like to go across to Vidya, who also has some students with her. Vidya, you know, there's been a lot of question that has been raised around the fact that, you know, should the rapist's voice be heard at all? What do people really think? You think, you know, given the fact that he's been given a chance to speak, this is in fact, you know, a way to spread awareness of how not to be. This can perhaps propagate the message of gender equality, or do you think people absolutely don't want to hear what he had to say?
Well, I have been speaking to these youngsters just a little while earlier, and most of them were of the thought that, you know, the kind of statement that has really come out shows the kind of the person that he is, the remorse that he is suffering, which is void. When you read this interview, what was your first reaction?
It was like disgusting. This man has no sort of guilt in him कि मैंने कुछ गलत किया है, और the thing which I have did is very brutal to the girl. The pain which she has gone through. So it was like a man, how could be such a disgusting thinking he should have. And like being a girl, he also said that एक शरीफ लड़की को 9 बजे के बाद घर के बाहर नहीं निकलना चाहिए. अगर वो 9 बजे के बाद निकली हो तो वो शरीफ नहीं है. तो मैं खुद एक लड़की हूँ, 9 बजे के बाद अगर घर से बाहर निकलती हूँ मेरे स्टडीज़ से रिलेटेड या किसी भी इम्पॉर्टेंट वर्क से रिलेटेड, दैट डजंट मीन कि मेरा कैरेक्टर एक ख़राब है. आजकल पेरेंट्स की भी थिंकिंग आ जाती है उसमें कि पेरेंट्स अपने लड़कों को क्या सिखा रहे हैं. अगर कोई पेरेंट अपनी बेटी को ये बोल रहा है कि तू छोटे कपड़े मत पहन बेटा, नज़र नीचे रख के चल, किसी लड़के से बात मत कर, तो वही मुझे उन्हीं पेरेंट्स को ये बताना है कि अपनी लड़की को ये मत बोलो, बल्कि अपने लड़के को ये बोलो कि तुम किसी लड़की की तरफ गंदी नज़र से मत देख बेटा.
True. It's basically the boys who have to. I have a boy here with me. You know, when you talk about you're talking about how the harshest punishment should be really given out to this guy. Yes. But do you think that will really end the entire problem that the society is suffering?
At least not end, but at least it will send a lesson to others, you know, other culprits like this, that yes, this can happen even to us. Like in India, the brutalist punishment penalty either can be फांसी की सजा और लाइफ टाइम imprisonment, that too in lifetime imprisonment, whatever it is like, you know, if you are being good, then you can, you know, get leave from the jail. You can get.
He's already been convicted for a death sentence. Do you think, but that will serve as
that won't serve the end. That won't give a lesson to everyone rather. Like in other countries, like Arab countries, there are brutalist like stone pelting. Then they burn the culprit in front of the society like this. So if there is such kind of brutality,
so basically you're saying that there should be harshest punishment. I'm sure I'll be able to speak to you a little later, but I guess you know what most people here feel is that certainly Delhi, as a perception after the incident, and especially after the statement given out by this boy, convict, certainly makes them feel that Delhi is certainly much more unsafe compared to Mumbai.
All right, Delhi is more unsafe as compared to Bombay. That's been a perception that Delhi has tried to fight, but unfortunately hasn't been able to. Shrisha Reddy is also joining me live with a group of students with her. Shrisha, you know, disgraceful, absolutely remorseless remarks coming out from the rapist in that interview. What's the kind of reaction that you're getting?
Rishika, this particular interview has sent shockwaves across the country, and Chennai is no different, and people are reacting in a way that, you know, this is something that they didn't even imagine, that even after spending so many months in the prison, and the mindset has not changed at all. And, you know, I have a group of youngsters who are from a youth volunteer organization who are vocal on such issues. You know, do you think, Priyadarshini, you know, the mindsets of people have not changed at all?
Yeah, it's not changed at all. When I read about this, I found it absolutely ridiculous. He said that he wanted to punish such women who are out with boys after like 9 p.m. And I think it's funny that despite all these movements and despite being in prison, he's still not able to get out of it. I think it talks a lot about the upbringing he's had, and it's not even about equality and he for she. I think it's about education and the gender sensitization and all of that.
Right. When you read the interview, were you angry about the fact that he has spoken about all these things? I mean, that is what we have been fighting for.
Yes. So I was infuriated like all the others, but then whatever he has told, it just portrays him as a person. As in, let's not take it nationwide. Let's talk as a person. He is. I mean, he's off his mind. That's all I would say.
Right. A quick reaction from you, Christian. What is your view on this?
I personally believe that this is because of the indifferent and ignorant attitude of the Indians. I believe that everything starts at home, and rather than educating young boys at home and telling them why do you cry like a little girl, I think we should be spreading the message that don't make your girls cry. It talks a lot about our nation.
Right. That's a strong message coming from the students here.
Right.
But remember, Chennai also, was a part of the strong protest and agitation that whatever happened in Delhi was also reflected in Chennai in
Right.
different parts of the state. Rishika?
All right, Atir Khan, Vidya and Shrisha, thanks so much for joining us with all those people that you managed to gather and get in, voices from the ground. Clearly, this is an interview. These are comments that are remorseless, they are disgraceful and have triggered sharp reaction from people across the country.